9, 10. Welcome, everybody, or peace, everyone. This is the Friday listening party. I'm Eric Leo 108, philosopher, sociologist, pop artist, and author, and this is the Friday listening party um, where I debut my brand new track like I do every week. This week's This week's release is an album. It's actually the Mr. Congeniality 2 album. The Mr. Congeniality series now is about basically women I find inspiring. And there's a lot of women I find inspiring apparently, because this is the second one. They both have 13 tracks. Let's see. I'm going to give you an update, then I'll read the blog post, then we'll listen to the song, then I'll do a lyrical breakdown of the tracks. We're actually not going to listen to the songs, I'm just going to give you a breakdown of the songs as we go through them. And then at the end, I have a concern with the state. It's a little bit of a warning. Everything's fine. I don't foresee any problems, but it is a concern. So, yeah. Let's see. Paid, let's see. Who made the beats? These are all Raini beats. Who produced the tracks? These were all produced by Keanu Beats. Who does it feature? No one. I carry the whole thing. Is it Cosmic Love? Some of them are, some of them aren't. You know, I'm not saying I got instances of Cosmic Love from these people. Some of them I did, and I've decided I'm going to be honest. So I'll talk about like some of the ones that are or whatever. And but for the most part, like that's not what hinges on me doing it. It's just if I find you inspirational. So promote. The book I'm promoting today is The Myth of the Sun. Okay, like 108, the story of discovering Earth's consciousness is my story, with how I'm an atheist in practice, but pantheist in theory. Meaning that if God is going to be, if we're to ever find God, God has to be self evident. And this is our story. So, where 108, the story of discovering Earth's consciousness, is my story, this is our story. This is like the third installment from 108, then to Cosmic Love, the book, and then this is the third installment. The fourth installment will be Gaia Rules. So this is very important to understanding what we're dealing with and how we have to move as a society in a cosmic religious God sense. To be clear, I don't believe in God. I have evidence to suggest what God is and how it functions, which was all initiated by the voice in my head that claims to be Gaia, the ancient Greek goddess of the planet. Okay, that's all I'll say about that. So you know, America, in Greek mythology, like you saw in the Odyssey, the Greeks had a custom of treating the poor with dignity because they thought they were gods in disguise. Maybe God is trying to tell you something, America. Maybe you're treating God poorly because you think he's a beggar when you tested the Holy Sacrament, and you're gonna find out the hard way why you treat everyone with dignity and respect them regardless of their wealth and status. It's our lesson today. Welcome to the sermon. So, join my school community if you want to know about hip hop, blog system. I'm all up to date on the socioeconomic market. I have like one post left. I think it's not. Yeah, this Thursday got eaten up for independent hip hop and socioeconomic market. That's at least 2 days, 1 day each, that I'll have to take to catch those up to get it like a couple months in advance. Content. I really want to make content about this knowledge stack that I'm about to talk about. Gaia and Cosmic Love. I've been arguing with the gods. I've been putting it on cosmiclove.com. Um, what I will say is, I don't know if anybody believes me, but I don't care. Like, this is the feedback loop that I talk about in The Myth of the Sun. And I mean, they prove it to me. I can't make people want to hang out with me so I can show them how real it is. Like, that's what it really comes down to. So, yeah. Uh, Community is transactional, and I don't have the money for community, America. It's what you did. It's what you did. Techno feudalism and nouveau economics are formatted and uploaded. Um, they're on Amazon already. I will order my copies later today. I put them up a day apart. I am actually done diagnosing society. I will have made my point about America in these books, in this knowledge stack, which is specifically farming humans, the American Nightmare Project, dark racism, techno feudalism, and nouveau economics. And then, along with can and will do, I will have created a knowledge stack to fully diagnose America's problems and given the solution and how to implement them. There has to be a stopping point. um, I went, I, I went as wide epistemologically as I needed to. Like, there's no task too big for me to tackle, right? So I did tackle the task, and now we're good. What's up, buddy? Um, and now we're here where I have this knowledge stack, and I can't wait to promote it. Honestly, I want to get this knowledge stack, show that I have these books, and that they're a working system, and they interwork, and that they're what they're for, and everything like that. I basically got to sell them, right? So now is like, because it's all about the message. I don't have time. Somebody needs to make it worth my while to honestly promote my own music. But the whole thing is about the message, so I have to focus on the message. Talk to him, KRS-One. Lawrence, please. Anyways, I would like to thank El Marquis, Destiny Beats, Finico Beats, and especially Alex of Cozy Bear Beats, Josh Owens, Ryan Anderson, I love you. And then Josh Gatton, I love you. Y'all are amazing, especially those last two. I don't know where I'd be without you, in all honesty. I'm so grateful. Last week's release, I'm not going to talk about this. What was it? I think it was Clubhouse. And we're already, I've been inviting people to Clubhouse, let's just say that. Um, America 2 is Endure, and it comes out in October. Then Primary Source Material comes out in November. We have more singles to the game now. I released 2 tracks. I didn't even put that in here. The 2 tracks. I'm going to use this to write the Monday update. It helps jog my memory. I uploaded 2 tracks. One was a response to Detroit. One was a response to ATL. They're up. They come out next week, and then the week after that is Gorgeous, and then the week after that is Diligent. And then the first one is called, I don't remember what it's called. Then we have, I haven't made any progress on Girl Talk. Kingly is coming. The Elements is done and uploaded. The Game is what I've been adding to. And then Mr. Congeniality came out today. So, I did not write a blog post. Did I say that in when I first, whatever? I did not write a blog post. I haven't had time. I've been upset all morning thinking about things, in all honesty, and I haven't been able to focus. And that's what the reason I haven't been able to focus is what we're going to talk about at the end. But let's get into it happy time first. Gotta have happy time. And for that, you usually need women. I just want to lay. I just want to lay next to you and stay and play. Okay, so this is supposed to be like fun and playful. This is called Livy, and it's about three girls named Livy. Livy Dunn, Livy I don't know how to say your name, dear. I watch her on YouTube. She goes by Liv Wagenstein and Olivia Rodrigo. This came out on, the single came out on Olivia Rodrigo's birthday. Olivia, Liv, Livy, girl. Hey, bro. Hey, bro. This is why I'm saying Olivia, Liv, Livy. I'm talking about Olivia Rodrigo, Liv W, and Livy Dunn. You want to sing Prank Me or Flip and Twirl? And you want to sing Prank Me or Flip and Twirl. This Olivia sings, Liv pranks, and Dunn flips and twirls. I want all three. Can you blame me first? I learned to change myself so I can change them. So one of these is Cosmic Love, or becoming that. I kind of gave her some trouble when this first started, but the other two are like taken, and like I'm not. It's in that the whole scope of Cosmic Love is to have this connection or whatever, and then use it to put out love that affects the rest of society. So it's real love, but they get the feelings of love that you have for that person, and it's spread throughout society, and since it comes from the connection comes from the stars, and that's why it's Cosmic Love. If that's it. Don't act so suspicious, the flow coniferous, hardwood, from weathering the cold. I don't talk about it much, but I'm planning to know what's your popular tone, cause this is for the grown. It's like I'm a squirrel in this ice age, and it started to crack. Except you're the ice sheet, the ocean in the past makes me scared for the future. The way you shake that axe is way too perfect. Olivia, Liv, Livy, girl. So this is olives grow on a tree, and it's kind of arboreal. I think that's right. I think that means trees. Arborist, arboreal. I think that's right. And because their name, I think their real name is all Olivia. It's about this love of like pollinating trees, and it's just like it's definitely innuendo, but you know. You want to sing Prank Me or Flip and Twirl? I want all three. Can you blame me first? I learned to change myself so I can change the world. That's kind of like the theme is the tree thing. Olivia, Liv, Livy, girl. You want to sing Prank Me or Flip and Twirl? I want all three. Can you blame me first? I learned to change myself so I can change the world. I hope you break the leg but never live in regret of fears that you shed from fears you digest. Passion bad only matters if the head is given some love. What you think? Is it best? You got what I want. You got what I need. If you were a tree, I'd plant my seed. Give me that sugar, please. That syrup is weed. Every single orchard needs an orgy of bees. Pollination. Using our fruit. With growth, got a ring. Your waves just suit you. You're the kind of girl with you. I'd be the Kama Sutra. I fear no God. I fear no man. I fear getting you pregnant without compassion. Understand? What I'm saying is I'm really feeling ya. Naughty by nature. You're my dentrophilia. Olivia, Liv, Livy, girl. You wanna sing Prank Me or Flip and Twirl? I want all three. Can you blame me first? I learned to change myself so I can change the world. So it's all, pollinating your fruit. It's seen it's seen in biology basically that fruit are the sex organs of a tree. So that's why I'm saying we should and pollination is the act of that intercourse. If you're talking about trees.
Using our fruit. With growth, gotta ring your waves. Just
With growth, got a ring. Tree have rings of growth. Your wave, and they look like waves.
suit ya. You're the kind of girl with you, I read the Kama Sutra. I fear no God, I fear no man. I'm too late. I just want to lay next to you and stay. Okay? Saw your look, and I got what I want, a carpenter.
This has lyrics
You
now?
should treat me good.
Awesome.
I know you could read me like a book and complete the nook. You said don't worry, I'll make you
Blue.
worry. Give the silent treatment after working.
Of course, I would find out on this song. This is what he does. Anyways, how do I get back to it?
So
This is Carpenter. This is about Sabrina. This is a response to her what album? The one with Man-Child on it. I figured I'd whine like a little child and not really, but.
oh you look, and I got what I want, a carpenter.
So I went with this Carpenter thing, and she came out. I say this.
Look, you should treat me good. I know you could read me like a book and complete the nook.
So,
You
like a couple months after this came out, I saw something that she actually completed like a book nook in her house or something like that. I was like, oh my god, this is what they do.
don't worry, I'll make you worry. Give the silent treatment after working. You act like it's a gamble to love you fully. Emotionally exhausted, why you do this to me? She said, I know your heart is broke, but I do this all the time. I'm good for the soul. Famous last words before we get hurt. Time is currency, you spend life, what's it worth? No go-go juice at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday. At that time, I want some blue days. For my morning wood, I want that gushy. Throw it back, let me eat the goodies. Fear of the marketplace has got me like, why don't you crack a Miller Lite and we'll stay in for the night. Talk dirty to me, get on top and slide, cause abstinence is a state of mind. Saw your look, and I got what I want, a carpenter. Look, you should treat me good. I know you could read me like a book and complete the nook. I'm like nobody's son, call me daddy for luck. I won't give up until the work is done. I'm for the excitement, I'm for the love inside. I wanna come. I got this lightning rod and wanna use it. Electrifying tumescence I got from Zeus's. Hope
So this is kind of the thing why it was about cosmic love, because she was she said I think she has a song called Zeus's Son. It's raining. We might get cut off honestly because it's raining so hard. She has this song called Zeus's Son, and then it was little known that although it's that my old moniker is Apollo. And I've had instances of cosmic love from her when she basically years ago, like 5 years ago, with I can't remember what song it is. I'd have to look at her YouTube to know. But I'm responding to her lyrics in the I can't remember what the album's called. Her newest album with Man-Child on it, and then that was the response, but the lead up was like years of cosmic love. I just didn't say anything because she was too young. She was too young. It was inappropriate. So I was like, no, I don't care. But yeah, then she did it again. And then she didn't do it for like years. And then she did it again, and so we have this.
in the rear, up front, got a liquor. Thank the Lord, there's Naked Twister. I know it's my fault, cause you're head over heels, but you're so hot when you pop out the rear. While you're wearing your negligee and crawling away, I'm thinking about the consequences and how they parlay. You're looking at me like, boy, what gives? I know where you live, will you share what you get? I'm looking at your soul, and your love is a gift. And if we get in a fight, well, it can be fixed. You're thinking the mission, I'm thinking logistics. Theory versus practice, that's the difference. Like casting couch porn, he'll treat you like a loud whore. I want you for your mind more, I'm looking for that house tour. Saw you look, and I got wood, I want a carpenter. Look, you should treat me good.
So this is called Eilish. Of course, it's about Billy.
You got that la la, you got that.
I decided to make this, of course, again, it's about women I find inspiring, and then Billy came out and said that, give away your money shorties to like Zuckerberg while he was sitting right there or whatever after she gave $11 million to some cause. But yeah, so I figured she needed some reward for that, so I wanted to make a song about her, make her feel happy.
You got me, mama, you got me. My shorty gives back to the community. My shorty wants peace and love and unity. My shorty spreads love when she comes through. My shorty thinks it all through. Welcome to my mind, how you doing tonight? Cordial and cunning like Sully and Cully. Ever since you quoted Renee Descartes, I knew I liked you, but it's been hard. Cause we're not friends, but maybe someday we'll show each other grace and have a torrid exchange. Heated discussions about our state, like I talk about in Read 108.
So in her song, one of her, I think it was like her second big song or whatever, she's, I'm not your friend. That song where she's running around in the mall, she said something about, what did she say? She said something about Rene Descartes, I think therefore I am. You think that you're the man. I think therefore I am. And at the same time, this was one of those coincidental things that I used to get back in the day. And I made a song called Read 108. It was my first song. And I say something about I think therefore I am. I said that in Read 108 in like the second verse or something. And like I don't know if it was published or I definitely had written it. And then I heard her come out with that. So in that instance, that was cosmic love. But again, it never really happened again, and she was young, so.
You got that la la, you got that you got me, mama, you got me, you got that la la, you got that you got me, mama, you got me, You silly, you Billy, what you think you Eminem gonna learn from experience and what you read? What's the point of society if we're not helping each other? We're meant to rule and not be ruled. We the people preserve the union, bond like fission, invest in the fusion. If you were a flooster, you'd be a rooster, purdy and super, giddy and turned up. My shorty gives back to the community. My shorty wants peace and love and unity. My shorty spreads love when she comes through.
So the chorus is basically because what she did, how she gave away her money, and she told, especially because she told people you could just make them pay their taxes. That's the other thing, you can force them to pay taxes. That's what you really need to do. If you want to change things, force them to pay taxes, and then they can put the taxes towards these causes rather than Good Samaritans, which there's not enough. So.
My shorty thinks it all through. Neon green hair, oh how you dare express yourself, it's rare. Look at me and stare. Well, aren't you chill? Aren't you demure? You're the type of chick that heals a war. You got that la la, you got that you got me, mama, you got me, you got that la la, you got that you got me, mama, you got me,
And I said she's the type of chick that heals a war because I'm pretty sure she's been pretty outspoken about Palestine, which I support Palestine. So there, this is Greta Thunberg. Yeah.
For how you try, and they'll know you were always right, and they'll know you for the cries, and they'll know you for your fight. Record carbon, not a lie or myth. We are seeing the consequence of the global heat index. You're a fool
I'm so happy you
to
two
ignore. Your
put
kids
lyrics.
will never know oceans, coasts, and skies. Quite like your ancestors who destroyed their lives. The vision of a world where the axis aligns to the capture of jewels and the energy arise. The house is burning, the flames are high. You don't negotiate with flames, you make them die. Progress not measured in speeches, it's measured on emissions. We didn't start the fire, but we must extinguish it. Hope is work, tied to results. It's never too late, although it's hard. The fight for good is worth every minute. You dedicate yourself, are courageous and gifted. They'll know you for how you try, and they'll know you were always right, and they'll know you for the cries, and they'll know you for your fight. The future's not guaranteed, it's built by choice.
So I think that's all really true. They'll know her for those reasons. Yeah.
And we're running out of both. We really gotta focus. I know times are rough and the system seems hopeless, but this is our time. The magnum opus. Jesus of Nazareth was reincarnated as the sweetest climate activist, saving from annihilation. The wrong Amazon is burning. Billionaires are safe while the temperature rising. The profit is private, the damage is public. They call it riots, but ignore their stomachs. You can't eat GDP, you can't drink stock prices. In fact, those are tied to environmental vices. We don't want your pity, we want your panic. We don't want your letters, we want your action. We don't want your excuses, we want your habits. We don't want your world, we want a better planet. They'll know you for your fight.
He even has his songwriters. Awesome.
Tell my eyes to watch out for my mind.
M on the brain. So there's actually two songs about Emma Watson. This is the second one. The first one is the next track, which is her name. But yeah, this is definitely about Emma. If you haven't been able to tell, like Ryan, I remember being in the group. He read the title and he was like, "So about Emma Watson." Then I was like, "Is it that obvious?"
And then you really might see what it's like. And then you really might see why to live in obscurity and be denied. Just another day of M on the brain.
So M on the brain is this neurobiologist that she does like manifestation type stuff, but it's like legit. That's the only way I can describe it. Like she actually breaks down the brain chemistry, and she has a method to her madness, and I'm sure it works, but I can't afford it. It's just like with most things in America. Yeah, it would be nice, and I'd do it, but you don't give us the resources, so we don't do it. And then you blame us for having the mindset that we have when you don't give any education or resources or anything to change our mindset. You just expect us to all of a sudden just, well, I think like you because I was never put in that position, or, you know, I never got the opportunity to learn how to think like that, or it's all on me, and you make it extremely difficult for me to think like you. Right, Russ? Anyways.
If I don't get her, I don't want the date. He hasn't been the same since he was diagnosed. Took years of burning bridges before there ever was hope. Looked to drugs to cope and himself for hope. But her love has taken its toll. Now he's a pantheist in theory, atheist in practice.
There's that pantheist in theory, atheist in practice thing. This is like the experience I have with like dealing with this. What do I want to call it?
Picked apart his mental illness for really what matters. Low serotonin, regulate endorphins, eat dopamine and meals. How he wish he had her here. He'd give it all up if she wanted to. No other woman has the power to choose. As income expands,
I'm telling her I would give up the music if she wanted me to. That's what I'm saying. What I'm giving up. And I'm telling her as income expands, so does cost, and you're nickel and dime, then the plot gets lost. And what is the plot, honey?
so does cost. Then you're nickel and dime, then the plot gets lost. Sign of the times, and nothing has changed, but she's the one thing that remains the same. Forget what they think, they're not me. I wrote the book on it, but they don't read.
Literally.
It could have been you standing here with me. It could have been love, but never comes to be. Can't afford reward, but hopes for oxytocin. Although that's for me, here it's all about profit. So for decades, stayed deprived. See the crow's feet and wrinkled lines. Still be captivated by the eyes, and then you really might.
So I don't know. She seems like she always looks great. She always looks great. She's beautiful. Very infatuated. Think she's so gorgeous, but you can tell. I don't know if she didn't wear makeup this time, and she's talked about how you can start to see crow's feet and wrinkles. But when she said that, I couldn't see it. But I think that's because she has makeup on. And then I saw it when she was on Jay Shetty. And I just want her to know. What did I say?
Stay deprived, see the crow's feet.
Still captivated by the eyes.
And wrinkled lines, still be captivated by the
And when you have been for decades, they don't really know what it's like.
eyes, and then you really might see what it's like. He wishes to fall into her, but she don't care about his hurt. Oblivious or better, put more important things ahead of her. I'll tell you, man. Fear with the mask, is it just?
And this is this whole thing, although it's about Emma, it's my response to Emma on the Brain about why, you can understand what you have to do, but you still can't do it because the environment doesn't allow you to. And that's kind of like the ultimate response this is to Emma on the Brain. She's outpriced. It's like thousands of dollars to go through her course or whatever. And I actually trust her. I actually think she'll actually do this, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the resources, and America doesn't provide it and makes your life essentially miserable for trying to reach a higher status or whatever. Like, it's what you do, America. And like a lot of my work in the sociological field has been to show this. And it's like, you say you want this, but you don't help us get it. I mean, this is why I call you a piece of shit. This is why you're abusive. Like, I talk about this in the American Nightmare Project. Like, dreaming without resources is just cruelty. You're telling us to do this and this and this, and we don't have the means. So you're just rubbing it in our face that we can't have happiness. It's like, hey, this is what you got to do, this is what you got to do, this is what you got to do to be happy. But this comes with this, that, and that. All take things that you can't get because of the very real societal constraints. So you're basically rubbing your shit in our face Like this is what you don't realize. Like, that's what this song is about.
Jealousy you have or the
And it's like what I say in a rose. It's about manifesting destiny without manifesting stature. It's about the match without manifesting stature.
problems you lack. May identify the feelings and do the basics, but nothing will make up for the time we've wasted. No procrastination, positive affirmations, but she doesn't know or care about his anguish. Her underlying fear is getting attached. His underlying fear is never making the match, cause they could light up the world with the love that they have. I hope it's never too late to realize that we can. Commodified lust and economic decision. Conspicuous consumption, coping mechanisms, be abundant. Give in to cycle consumption. I don't blame you, it's better than nothing. It could have been you standing here with me. It could have been love, but never comes to be. Can't afford reward.
So I mean, and that's really what it's like.
Blame you, it's better than nothing. It could have been you.
That's really what it's like. It could have been you standing here with me. It could have been love, but never comes to be.
Standing here with me. It could have been love, but
This is what it's like. This is what you're like saying, do this. And I'm like, it could have been what you wanted, but I can't afford a reward.
can't afford reward.
I, I, I can't afford reward, although I hope for oxytocin. I want it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I want. It doesn't matter what I want.
But hopes for oxytocin, although that's for me. Here it's all about profit, so for decades, stay deprived, see the crows.
Kaniva, you're talking. Thanks. Somebody said I'm kind of cute. Kaniva, I'll talk you to death thing. Wiz Khalifa is like, hey, why don't you talk it out? And you're like, you talk us to death. Which one is it? Hip hop? Which one is it? Hip hop?
Read and full lines, still be captivated by the eyes, and then you really might see what it's like. It could have been you, stick.
Moving on.
It's like
It's all about the love you kept me from.
you better not tell me that you love me, cause I'll be at your door tomorrow morning.
It would get dangerous if if Emma Watson was like, I love you, Eric Leo. I'd be like, okay, I'll be at your door tomorrow morning. It's really all it would take, you know. But she remains stubbornly silent.
The games we play go above and beyond. I wanna clock in and get my Emma Watson on. What do you expect? You got me. Respect is real. You got me, dear. Can we dance in the nighttime? Can we advance in the sightline?
I'm saying dance because she said in Jay Shetty, she said that falling in love she thinks might be actually kind of easy, but you gotta find someone that wants to be in a dance with you. So, honey, let me ask you, can we dance?
Can we dance the rest of our lives? Can we dance out in the sunshine? Thank you, Mom, for normalcy.
And then we get to the heart of the matter where I'm thanking her parents, specifically her mom, for normalcy. She said she really owes her mom a debt of gratitude, so I just wanted to let her know what it is. That, thank you for the normalcy. That's actually why she wants to be a normal girl. I don't think she's a normal girl. I think she's desperately trying to be something she's not. I'm talking about Emma. But, at least, like, the whole girl, the humbleness of it is very nice. Can you sing? I guess I can. I can. I don't really like to, and I don't think I sing well, but I can carry a tune, I guess, if I need to. Um, and it can't be like very high notes. I have a decent range. I usually don't sing, I usually rap.
Dedication, education is why I'm into you, and the discretion.
Mannerisms, disposition, candor, intuition, talented and gifted. Balance like a litmus, our exchange in stoichiometry has got us paired like Siamese. It's been years. So it's been years. There's this consistent theme. She's very smart, and I don't play her stupid, so make her look up chemistry terms. So it's like this, like we have chemistry. Like I want chemistry between us, so I'm literally talking about chemistry with her.
I is pleased to love you, have so stifling. I want to be ionized, electrified in your eyes like
And ions are electricity, and then things that are ionized are potassium and salts.
potassium and salt, champagne.
And you can also put a salt on, some people put salt in champagne and chocolate.
And chocolate bars, here to get a smile, spread love and
And I have a song called Champagne and Chocolate.
get wild. I wanna make you spritz while playing with your emotions. Are getting heavy. I'm beyond ready for a change in the setting. Is everything that you see just my eyes, or can it be? Is it she spilling tea on the semantic interweave that's at Charlotte's Web?
So I'm naming all the songs I've made about her.
Some pig with no regret.
Like Charlotte's Web, her middle name is Charlotte.
But I'd rather get in bed with the bag lady instead.
And then she was on last Mr. Congeniality album. The Bag Lady is actually about Emma.
The games we play go above and beyond. I wanna clock in and get my Emma Watson on. What do you expect? You got me? Peace. Respect is real. You got me, dear. Can we dance in the nighttime? Can we advance in the sight line? Can we dance the rest of our lives? Can we dance out in the sunshine?
So I don't know if you got that, Emma, but I'm totally willing to dance with you. And whether we can. How do I want to say this? I don't want to say it like that.
No one cares unless you're rich and famous. Pretty or heinous, the economy is anus.
So no one does care unless you're rich and famous. They want social proof, and in sociological terms, it's called social proof. When you see somebody that has like these vanity metrics or whatever, and then no one cares unless you're rich or famous, pretty or heinous. You got to be like a complete douche or something to get like attention, because it creates conflict. It makes people stay on the app, and that's why they do it, because capitalism is so great. And unregulated, when unregulated, this economy is anus, it's ass. This economy is ass.
All I've ever wanted was to meet.
And all I've ever wanted was to meet with her. I don't expect to, although I want to, I don't expect to marry her. I don't expect her to, give me affection, although I want it. I just want to meet with her, be friends, and be able to have a conversation with her. And it's like,
You, but it all costs money without the means to accrue. If you're a worker, it's economic abuse.
in America, in America, it is economic abuse if you're a worker. I mean, it's the minimum wage. Federal minimum wage is still $7.25 an hour. Nowhere in America can you have a 2-bedroom apartment on minimum wage. That's how great you are, America. Aren't you happy? Are you proud of yourself? Very good job. Yeah. Aww.
Why I hate this fascist country? 'Cause dreams don't come true.
And that's what it really comes down to. It's the lie. It's the lie of the American dream that the boomers destroyed, and no longer exists, and you've just made it a fascist country where corporations rule, like Mussolini would said. There's no divide between big government and corporations, so dreams don't come true. You have to make it worth their money, and love isn't worth their money. That doesn't make money. It's you gotta sell the problem. You can't just do it out of love or because it creates stability. You gotta sell the problem.
I've tried everything for us, but they tell me it love, undeserving egregiousness, life is empty.
So what if the problem is you? This is what I mean. There's no money in fixing the problem.
Being meaningless, I just want to know if I can have this dance. Cuddle up, get kisses, spoon, holding hands, where we shall, or whether we can. You're the only one.
So she's the only one that says we can't when it really comes down to it. I mean, all I really want to do is cuddle up, get kisses, spoon, holding hands. How terrible. I know I'm a monster. I'm so bad for wanting to meet a girl I want to cuddle with and treat like she's everything to me because she is.
And that says we can. The games we play. Earth to weave. Earth to.
So a lot of these songs, like with this one, it's like I'm using the love I have for Emma to again put it out in society, but it's actually more directed toward another artist called Earth to Eve, who I would like to transfer that feeling upon, so that she may benefit and feel loved, because I like what she's saying, and I think she needs love.
Earth to weave, earth to weave, earth to weave. There's no use, it's not me, I guess it must be you. How you sing to me, I will be here for you, I will be, wait and see, I will be here for you, I will be, wait and see.
So I really have never gotten any. I don't think I've ever gotten any cosmic love from Earth to Eve. In all honesty, I don't think I ever have. But I like what she's saying. She's very political, and she was like with my MAGA and Dementia Down track. She called it out. And I just wanted to reward her for it, just like with the Billie Eilish. I wanted to reward her for doing good deeds
American expressionism, Jackson Pollock.
with love.
Got my aesthetic, method, lockstep, cause my skeletons are bare and cosmic, my music real, and feels conscious. The American one, just like any other, it's just a dream until it's funded. Unless it's profitable, it won't make money. Open your eyes and see it coming. Earth to weave, earth to weave, earth to weave, earth to weave, earth to weave. There's no use. It's not me, I guess it must be you. How you sing to me. God damn, how to get like this when the only thing that matters is being rich. I want you to labor in the union. The way you control production is loosened, I see it.
So I want you to labor in a union, birth labor in a union, like a wedding union, and a union as an industrial union.
Clear, their dream is stupid. Get like this when the only thing that matters is getting rich. I want you to labor in the union. The way you control production is loosened.
So I'm saying the way you control your production, it's lucid. Like women control the labor market by having babies, basically. And one of the problems is capitalism doesn't want the population to shrink, because that means the labor market shrinks. And that's what drives out growth. But what they're doing is making it so families have a harder time producing children because they can't financially support them. So honestly, good parents decide not to have kids because of the economic conditions. And then instead of fixing the economic conditions, Republicans force um, reproductive slavery upon their people and force them to have carry ter- carry babies to term. That's what you do. That's what you do. It's it doesn't matter if you think you do that or not. It is what you do. Recognize reality and take responsibility.
I see it clear, their dream is stupid, cause it destroys environmental stewardship. We need you in all capitals. We're lucky to have you, girls. Friendship, that's what I want from you. Friendship,
We could just be besties.
earth to earth, earth to earth to earth to earth to. What a woman, how you see, represent and make happy. Crowds are hungry for your sweet sugar rush and sonic treats.
Sugar Rush. She has a song called Sugar Rush. She has a song called Sugar Rush and Sonic Treats.
Come on, make me your bitch. Arf, arf, I want a bone.
And I'm just trying to make you laugh, honey. I hope you don't get offended by this innuendo.
Yeah, too late, where you own it, you know it. Yes, here's hope. Which one of these would you like? A diamond ring in my heart for life, or a contract for a song you write?
Maybe all three if your luck is right.
It's easy to steal the show, but seemingly she doesn't know that she's the reason we feel hoping that her voice feels like home.
About pointing out mistakes, I didn't realize that I said she feels like home, like I said in Amy Goodman.
What you do makes a difference. What
So this is about Jane Goodall, and I tried to get this out. I wanted her to hear it, but I don't. There's no way she heard it. It wasn't out by the time she passed away, which is a regret. I really like Jane Goodall. I quote her in books and stuff, and I have a lot of like I said, these are women I find inspiring, and she's very inspiring. She really, I really admire her.
kind of difference will you make? Know that love will make you great, and when you love, you rise above the hate. Welcome to the wedding representing y'all. Protect what matters through life and law. When time is short and the ask is tall, reach for the raw and Mary Jane Goodall. Only if we understand can we care. Only if we care, we can help. Only if we help, we shall be saved. Only if we're saved, can it change? In the shadow of man is where they stand. They're sentient beings with respect for clans. As primatologists, you should understand chimps share 99% of the genes with man. Humanity is not separate from nature. We love environmental movers and shakers that use empathy as a tool for science. Take yourself to school, experiment and try it. Empathy is dangerous to our future. Standing together makes your power super. The roots of violence lie in ourselves. That means you fight yourself, so ask for help. Welcome to the wedding representing y'all. Protect what matters through life and law. When time is short
Butting my
and
love
the
again.
ask is tall, reach for the raw and Mary Jane Goodall. Only if you
Okay, I think I did a breakdown. I released this as a single, and I did a breakdown of it. So we're gonna go to Keep On Going. I don't have much to say about that one. This is Sky Daddy. I spelled it as Daddy instead of the X in there for plausible deniability.
just relax. I'm the villain.
Which I'm destroying right now. Um, uh, I'm acting as the villain. I don't. All these are really nice or whatever, but she has Sky Daddy has what she likes to call trauma core. She does trauma core music or whatever, and you know, I'm guessing to an extent it's all real about these feelings that she's tapping into because she's been stalked or abused or sexually assaulted or all this stuff. I'm trying to play the villain about why and explain why that happened to her. And the villain is from, I mean, businessmen are the villain basically, and not all of them are, but they can be. Um, and like this is the type of mentality that villain has toward women and how they succeed. And I want women and her to know about it so they can so they can understand and fight back accordingly.
Push you incubator, force fertility in our nature. Patriarchal hierarchy is justified to privatize and no defiance, just domestic violence. No financial stability unless it's for the patriarchy. Your uterus is the economic engine, so they can control how it functions. That means no health care. You're better off as a corpse, and that's why you can't have an abortion. The old man up high, we make him happy. Now that's what I call Sky Daddy. What, you mad? Angry and terrified? Fear makes money, and that's why you're traumatized. I know you say you're into women, but I'm God's gift to the living. I'll gargle my nuts. This what the Allah.
She says, I think she's LGBTQ in some respects. I know you say you're into women. I'm saying this as the villain. I know you say you're into women, but I'm God's gift to the living. And then it's more, I'll gargle my nuts. That made me laugh for so long. I'm sorry. That's what the oligarchy does. I'm saying that's I'm saying it as the villain to her. I'll gargle my nuts, and I'm saying it as that's what the oligarchy does is make you gargle their nuts.
Oligarchy does. The pink tax is justified. There's no reason.
And then the pink tax is like taxes on feminine products.
To despise the governmental suicide.
And this is like how you can tell the government doesn't want to bolster the population, because if they did, they would make women's health care more readily available, preventative, and actually work to plan not only economically but in healthcare to have healthy children that are gonna contribute to your society. Like this is, oh my god. Follow the bouncing ball.
Of economic stimuli is etched into every single thigh. They're dripping blood that cramps the line. That medications do align with the studies, sample size.
So there I'm talking about how medications are made mostly for males. They're tested on males. They're made for males. This is like one of the things like women gripe about a lot, and I'm touching on it for you ladies. That products are designed for men and not women, and this is a example of that.
Tested for the wise to take, it's all about the male gaze. Question, it's a fair shake. Wombs are just a fail-safe. The U.S. should be great like the 1850s.
Where women couldn't vote and were property, silly.
4 kids and 0 orgasms, and it's all your fault. And that's what matters. Institutionalized for a mental host. They're burning all the witches, sacrificial goat.
They're burning all the witches, even if you aren't one.
I love you, honey, but if you croak, I'll replace you with a younger hoe. The birth dearth. You heard it here first, folks. Why should she want to slit my throat? You may think like the Joker and wear it like a choker, but
She
you're
has a
just a vet.
She has a song called The Joker or Joker where she talks about slitting someone's throat. That's why I put it in there.
So, and that's the focus of the old man on high. We make him happy. Now that's what I call Sky Daddy. What, you mad? Angry and terrified? Fear makes money, and that's why you're traumatized. Terrorism makes money, and let's feed the beast. Forget about healing, diplomacy, and peace.
So terrorism makes money, let's feed the beast. Like this whole thing It's like our business model. Terrorism is our business model. And not only do we terrorize people with guns and stuff, but we terrorize them through the hostile architecture, through the healthcare system, through not being able to afford housing or food. I mean, this is you, America. Congratulations, good job.
Why you? You're the engine that fuels the source of capitalism. It's economic. Your labor needed, cause they will employ all your children with no support to have your babies. The burden is on mothers to raise them graciously. Who benefits?
So there's what I'm saying about how what I repeated earlier. I just restated it there, and then I say who benefits most. Society benefits the most from mothers having children, but we burden the mothers. Why? You're not investing. You're killing it.
What society for is extracting your labor, getting rich from the poor. Consumerism is what we work for while the system threw you overboard. The old man on high, we make him happy. Now that's what I call Sky Daddy. What, you mad? Angry and terrified? Fear makes money, and that's why you're traumatized.
So it starts fun, but it turns real using women as a vessel.
Together. Yes, we got
Based off of their life as like the story behind it.
this together.
And here's another
We
example.
will prosper. Amber Ruffin, Lacey Lamar. Crazy stories about racism, y'all.
Amber Ruffin and Lacey Lamar are sisters, and they have a book called something and other stories, crazy stories about racism, where she talks about the lived experience in America as a black person.
That's America, maybe small, but progress is progress after all. Moses didn't free the slaves. Jesus was black. Horace saves. Need light and reflection for hate to stop? You know what we need? Egyptian gods. Greek philosophers cut their teeth from the honor of Egyptian kings. Africa, the birthplace of thought, is how the story should be taught. Dead slave.
It all goes back to Egypt. I mean, the Greeks got so much from Egypt. So, I mean, Greek philosophers cut their teeth on the honor of ancient kings, of Egyptian kings. And I put this in here because she studies history. She's been known to do a drunk history episode or 5, or I don't remember how, I don't know how many she does. She does at least 2. And yeah, I'm going to, for time purposes, we've been here for an hour. So I have another Friday listening party about this one. I don't have anything new to say.
Justice with cultural critiques, commercially viable, and what we need together. Yes, we got this together. We will prosper together. Yes, we got this together. We will prosper.
All I'll say is NBC, she deserves a raise, and she might be your most valuable asset. Still maintain that. Was this Amy Goodman? Yeah. So I did a Friday listening party about this one too.
Are you searching? The truth put plainly? Democracy now is what you say to me instead of ads and corporate failings. As for me, I seek Amy Goodman. Good to have you as a friend. That's for everyone listening in. Independent.
We love you, Amy. Very inspiring. I can only hope to, if I could get the combination of Amy Goodman and Jane Goodall, I'll be good. Literally.
Feels like home.
There's that feels like home thing.
It's not her hair. It's not her face.
So, in my book, I put that BlackRock isn't the problem. Like they are buying up homes, but they're not like really having that a big effect on the market. But it's about corporations shouldn't be able to do that, and I especially put it in here because a lot of the times, some of the times I do it to piss you off, and the fact is, like, you are so hard on this woman. She barely, in any real aspect, she barely has any money just because she's a, because even though she's a statesman, unlike all the other politicians, and you're so hard on her, especially Fox News, and I just want to piss you off. See what happens. Keep going. See what happens. Okay?
It's the care, it's the grace. They live in fear and send us hate, but she's our prayer. She makes us great. AOC, isn't that lovely? She talks.
So I posted this, and then it got like a huge response, and everyone was like, horse teeth and all this stuff. And I'm like, you guys make a. There was like hundreds of comments on my Facebook, and there was not one actual credible. I mean, they didn't even touch it. They just said ad hominem insults, and there was not one actual like policy dispute. Like, she did this. I'm not saying she's perfect. You could have got me at one point or another, but for the most part, it's like 98% of the time she's right on the money and represents the people, and the 2% of the time, and you don't even bring up the 2% of the time. That's probably why the ad hominem. Actually, why I think about it.
That love's worth more than money. We, the people, a more perfect union, are the things that she's concerned with. Her mom couldn't afford to pay the bills, so she got a job bartending. Still, the world couldn't wait, she met her fate. Worked hard to represent us at just 28.
Shout out to all my radical leftists.
I want more from the representatives than stock advice and the reprehensive corporate lobbyists that control the Senate. Affordable housing and the Green New Deal. Democratize the economy, no politics of fear. Make the oligarchy pay their fair share. That's the kind of leadership we need around here. It's not her hair.
Okay, we love you, AOC over here. Anything you need, besides the money until I get it. Okay, this is our last track.
Big, 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 big.
Big Sean, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Sips, Big Steps, Big Wins, Big Jets, Big Wits, Big Gretch.
Big Sean, Biggie Smalls, Biggie Sips, Big Steps, Big Wins, Big Gets, Big Wits, Big Gretch. She'll hear you out, even when you're wrong. Progressive pragmatist while balancing the cost.
I really like this. A lot of these, I don't like. This is why it's so important for AI to get it right, because I looked up a lot of the stuff about like AOC. I knew a lot about AOC. I didn't really look up stuff about AOC. This one, I looked up some stuff about Gretchen and had and used it to kind of make like some slogans, like the whole heart of a nurse, hands of a builder. You know, I don't know if they're getting that from her book. I don't know if we made that up about her or it was extracted from something she made up. That's one thing I didn't know about. And yeah, these are like from interviews that say like and she's said rock and rye over red pop.
Some message, you reckon?
We love Motown Records. She likes Motown Records, and these are all Michigan stuff.
Motown.
So like I say, Big B or Big B Sips, because Big B started in Lansing, and I think she was there when it started and stuff like that, and now Big B's all over. I'm saying like these are all things that she's the governor of Michigan currently. She's out on her last stand. She's almost out of term limits. But yeah, I love you, Michigan. Although I berate you, I berate the ones I love, honestly. I expect more from you. You know, the world could be falling apart. I would tell you to get it together. Okay? Love ya.
Records for a smooth ride on the way home. What she strives for is to fix the darn roads. Wouldn't have to repair if we had walkable cities.
So she's always talked about fixing the darn roads. And then I bring in my whole, We would have had walkable cities if it wasn't for the streetcar conspiracy, which the big car companies, the big three, invested in the streetcar conspiracy at the time to make sure public transit didn't develop in the United States and people relied on cars. Which talk to Blue about that. Um, so it totally changed the infrastructure of the United States like permanently. It's one of my, it's probably one of the hardest criticisms I have for the auto industry, that they did this, and the resounding and lasting effects of their basically screwery.
No public transit thanks to the streetcar conspiracy, the state run by women, and we're proud of it. Strong on education and the endowment big, the alma mater, Michigan State.
So alma mater, Michigan State. She went to Michigan State University. As a matter of fact, Michigan State Senate. She was a Michigan State senator.
As a matter of fact, the Michigan State Senate, cars and cereal.
Cars and cereals. Battle Creek is known for Kellogg's. In Post and Battle Creek, a people pleaser. People pleaser.
People pleaser, it's in her history. Lakes and rivers.
I use that as a double entendre to mean Michigan, her lakes and rivers, and Gretchen as the leader of Michigan and its lakes and rivers.
Lessons in life, experience what you get. Magnetic leadership, now that's true grit.
I don't remember, but I think her book is called Magnetic Leadership.
Valuable and practical. Partnerships across divine compassion is the antidote. Competence over chaos, empathy with grit. We make this work, putting people first. Government should be protected, valuable and practical. Partnerships across divine compassion is the antidote.
So
Empathy with grit. We make this work, putting people first. Government.
So Michigan, for the most part, and they've been doing better. The reason the state is so great is because they, more than most, they put their people first. That's honestly why I'm still here, because they do address the problems to a degree. Although I don't think it's good enough, and we'll talk about that at the end.
To be protected, valuable and practical.
She likes to protect. She's very protective of her people, and we see that, and we love that in you, Gretchen.
Partnerships across divine compassion is
And she wants partnerships across divides. Compassion is the antidote. I think these are all things she's talked about.
the antidote. Competence over chaos, empathy with grit.
Competence over chaos, empathy with grit. And that's the kind of thing, like, you have to, sometimes you got to get dirty just to defend the people you need to defend. And you got to use grit. You can't just be this aw shucks nice person a lot of the times. And I'm sure she punches and hits where she needs to be able to provide for her people.
We make this work, putting people first. From the mitten with the mission, she does what's right. You should listen and get with it. We need your cries.
So I'm saying we need the people's cries to help her. And again, this is about women I find inspiring, and I just want to reward her for set the example of, like, this is what you get when you do a great job. I'm not saying she's perfect. Again, it's like AOC. It's not like she's perfect or anything. She does mess up or whatever, but for the most part, she's been great. Very happy. Like, we've prospered, and you've taken care of the bottom, and you've done what you needed to do, and you've reached across the divide. You got things done. You protected your citizens.
To find common
So thank you, and for that, you get a song about how great you are.
ground and get things done. Challenge yourself and have some fun. Do the work, protect people, blow the stress, marijuana legal. Hold firm on your core values. Look inside and do what matters. When the storm hits and times get real, you'll find out who's built of glass or steel.
This is a quote from her. When times get real, you'll find out who's made of glass or steel. I don't know if that's the exact quote. I think I changed it a little.
Love your neighbor, provide and feed them. Free school lunches for your children.
She's all about providing free school lunches for children, which I think Michigan should get behind as a state. This is the kind of thing this is the kind of thing God wants. I mean, and this is the kind of thing that we should be providing as a state that has compassion and that wants to be a good state to live in and attract families. It's like the schools, like anywhere you go in America, it's all, like people want to move there because so they can raise their kids there, which means the schools need to be good, which means if like even if you're poor, you can attract them because at least they'll get fed if they go to school. Like and kids that in school that have school lunches do better. They without food they can't focus, and it should be criminal that we give them debt for eating their kids. I mean, it's bad enough that we do it to adults, but I mean, they're kids. Stop it. You stop it, Michigan. you, you stop it. You stop it.
Valuable and practical partnerships across the bike. Compassion is the antidote. Competence over chaos. Empathy with grit. We make this work. Putting people first. Government should be protected. Valuable and practical partnerships across the bike. Compassion is the antidote. Competence over chaos. Empathy with grit. We make this work. Putting people first. Ear to the ground. Fist to the sky. Defy. You only succeed if you try. Guard the quiet ones. If you're louder, then sing about it.
I think that's a quote by her. Guard the quiet ones if you're louder, and then I think I added the, and then sing about it in the shower.
In the shower, didn't ask for the gate. She built the fence. External validation isn't needed to win.
Didn't ask for the gate. She built the fence. Don't need external validation. She said these things. I think she said, didn't ask for the gate. I built the fence. And then I think I added external validation isn't needed to win. And then we get to Heart of a Nurse, Hands of a Builder, and that's the story of Gretchen Whitmer. Thank you for everything you've done, Gretchen.
Builder, and that's the story of Gretchen Whitmer. She's protective, valuable and practical. Partnerships across the bike. Compassion is the antidote. Confidence over chaos. Empathy with grit. We make this work. Putting people first. Cracking jokes while she's cracking the code. Good humor with humility and soul. Heart of a nurse. Hands of a builder. And that's the story of Gretchen Whitmer.
This could be you, ladies. Okay, so this is for Gretchen. This is basically for the state, but it's also for Gretchen Whitmer. It's a concern of mine. Yeah, I'm just gonna read what I wrote. So you can get kicked out. We're done, by the way. You're done. I wanted to put this at the end to make it easy to get through. If anybody from, please send this to Gretchen or somebody in the state. In the context of the rest of this, especially, you know, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to warn you. I'm just trying. You can get kicked out of federal housing in Michigan if you make a mistake a couple times. This is not a good policy, Michigan. It means someone with mental illness can go back on the streets even if they make an honest mistake more than once. And I may have already made that mistake once. So I have 10 books, 250 tracks. It's gonna look real bad on you, Michigan, if you kick me out for a mistake, even if it doesn't blow up in your face right away. I don't foresee any problems, but I wouldn't with an honest mistake. So, and then there's also about who I am. I don't even know why this makes me nervous, but it does. Probably because America has traumatized me for years through homelessness and gatekeeping healthcare, and I have nowhere to go otherwise. Let me put it to you this way. I have a mental disorder. I can try and stay calm and not be able to help it with the conditions the state creates that are outside of my control. I'm otherwise fine, but but it will eat at me. And the truth of the matter is, you created an environment to agitate my conditions. I'm basically saying this will be your fault. If something unfurls, I'm gonna blame you. In all honesty, I don't know how much you know, but there will be cosmic consequences if the state leaves me without. Again, I'm really afraid for this for other people. To be completely honest, I'm quite frankly tired of living on eggshells because you created hostile architecture in public policy for the mentally ill. I talk about hostile architecture in the sociology of love blog. So let me put it back on you and make you feel the way I do. If I make another honest mistake, there will be consequences, and they will have been brought on by the state's lack of empathy, competence, or both. Thank you for your concern. Sleep tight, America. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. I hope I made that clear. We're all good, but I mean, I try very hard. I try very hard to be amenable. I just want to end it so you know where to go at the end. I try very hard to keep my condition under wraps, but you don't make it easy sometimes. Yeah, that's all I'll say. Sleep tight, America. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, you take care, all right? Thanks.